What's going on, you guys? And we're back for another video. I'm gonna try and make this one another quick one like the last one, but as you know, we're going to US Drift this weekend in Shenandoah, Virginia, and I'm doing my first ever competition, and so is the 3000, and it's the first 3000 GT that's going to be in a drift competition itself. So last weekend, leading up to this, kind of just been grinding away where I could, but this week is where I've been trying to get a lot of the work done leading up to the event, and I have so much stuff going on this week. I'm hoping I can get it all done in time. So I'll give you the quick rundown. First off, I took the car for a little cruise the other night down to the city, heard some clunking, and realized my axle bolts are loose again. One is missing too, so the threads were all jacked up. So I went out, I bought some new bolts at Home Depot and some nuts, and I'll have to swap those out and get some fresh things on that. Right now I have the car running and I'm just bleeding the cooling system because on that same cruise it was like 35 degrees out that night, and the car was like kind of creeping up in temperature from what it normally is when I would beat on it. So basically just bleeding the cooling system, letting it get up to temp, and there's been a constant bubbles coming out of there. So definitely get some air pockets out so that it'll cool properly on the track, and I never really have an overheating issue while drifting, so we should be in good shape there. Then coming in here the other day, Morgan helped me put in the new Nrg harnesses that are within date. So these guys expire December 2022 to replace the other purple ones. This new style of Nrg harness has a nice gradient on the logo here, but they also feature these hefty pads. Now they're a little more bulky when you're wearing them, but having this pad up against your shoulder and your neck is definitely a lot more comfortable than just having a raw belt chopping away at the side of your neck. So she helped me put those in. We got that all squared away on both sides. That side's fitted to her, this side got fitted up to me, and we should be in good shape there. Now let's move to the back of the car. Back here, as you can see, the surge tank setup is operating perfectly. I replaced the return line with the proper J30R9 hose, and I also redid my vent line to have a loop, and then also go down below the fuel cell and come out underneath the car in an area of high airflow. I was told for tech I need to do that because having it exit up here could trap fuel fumes up in here and ultimately cause a fire. It's a fire hazard. From there, I rebuilt one of the hydro lines to the back right caliper, bled the hydro with the help of Morgan, and then I also put new Hawk HPS 5.0 front pads on the car and just gravity bled the front just to get some fresh, clean fluid in there, and we should be in good shape. The brake fluid was looking a little dark after pretty much a few years of driving, so we got some nice fresh clean brake fluid in the foot brake lines. So the EBC yellow stuff pads that I had in there, they were pretty beat, so I have some nice thick brand new Hawk pads in there that will help me out, I'm sure, when it comes to left foot braking and some less pedal travel. On the truck, yesterday I did a 180-degree thermostat from the 195. These 8.1 liters, people say that if you go down to a 180 thermostat, it's less likely to pull timing when you're like towing, and coolant temps start getting higher when you're climbing hills and stuff like that, which we do on the trip to Virginia. So I swapped to the 180 thermostat. I replaced a couple coolant lines, and she should be ready to go for the trip as well. I just had to basically start packing her up. It is kind of weird going from an off season to like boom, full-scale competition. We're going to Virginia because I feel like it's been so long since I've done it that I'm like out of practice, and I'm like scrambling to try and get things you know, ready for an entire weekend. So I have these tires here. These are gonna be my rears, and I have some Kendas in the shed that are gonna be my fronts. I had to step down to a 235 for this event because for US Drift Street Legal, the max tire size is 235. I normally run a 245 all around, or in the rear I've gone up to 265. So it's a step down on all four corners for me. So it might take some getting used to, but I'm sure it won't be anything difficult. other than that, it's really just packing and getting ready for the weekend. I want to show you guys one more thing too before I forget. So I got this piece in the mail the other day from the one and only Eric Von Schutt. See if you can see it there. So this is a horn bracket made out of carbon fiber. It replaces the crappy horn bracket as seen up there. So mine is all bent up, and it's not even actually connected up here, but I have my power steering pump or cooler mounted to it, and I'm going to be replacing it with this nice carbon fiber piece that basically doesn't weigh a thing. I mean, it's like, it's weightless. And I've been slacking. I had the one in the car, but I had to drill out a stripped screw. But I have one of his original pieces here. It's the hatch strut brace. And I have the other one in the car on the driver's side, but the passenger side one I've still yet to put in. So maybe next week I will get to installing the remainder of the Von Schutt carbon fiber parts. I used to have the fuel door, or the fuel access panel, but I gave that away on Instagram when I went to the fuel cell and cut out my trunk floor. So that fuel access panel is actually a really nice piece that he makes, because the stock ones are so known to rot out and rust that you slap a carbon fiber piece on there, good to go. You don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna start cleaning out the truck. I mean, it's pretty clean, but basically just getting this thing ready to camp in it for a night and start packing some toolboxes. And I guess the next video you guys will see, we'll be heading to Virginia for some comp. So thanks for watching, guys. Again, shout out to all the sponsors and people who have helped make this possible. For Paulie, Chris for coming over and giving me hands with the wrap, for Morgan helping me the other day with the harnesses and the brake lines and the bleeding, and to McLeod Clutch for keeping this thing, sending the power to the ground. Ground Zero Performance for the tune, MMC 3000 GT for the style points, and Works Automotive for helping me keep this thing clean. So see you guys in the next one. You know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I won't screw it up this weekend.